There's a lot of Hall of Fame powers in fiction that get reinvented from medium to medium in the most creative ways, like fire, lightning, other elemental stuff, etc. Like, there have been so many ways creators have interpreted the ability of fire, right? But there's a power that exists out there that seems very common, but in reality is extremely slept on. Gravity manipulation is one of the cleanest powers in fiction, and it needs more love. We gotta peep game right quick. I'm not gonna lie, the ability of basic flight is kind of boring now, right? Like, I'm sure there's characters out there that can still make it interesting, like Hawks, but for the most part, it tends to be a supplemental power that complements something else. But the ability of gravity really just seems like it's flight, but like cooler in every single way. Well, really less flight and more floating, which visually looks more interesting. But on top of that, there's also being able to make other things float or become almighty heavy. Like, really think about just how much depth there is in the concept of gravity as a whole. The idea of making things weightless or really heavy / making yourself weightless or really heavy sounds simple at first glance, but it's some characters who be using gravity to literally spawn black holes. Hey, put a little pin in that though. Ochako Uraraka, aka Uravity the GOAT, is easily the first character I think of when it comes to the topic of gravity. At the tips of her fingers are these puffy little pads that can control the gravity of anything she touches, and when she puts her tips together, it makes said objects extremely heavy. But over the course of this series, this power evolves into some crazy busted feats, which is cool. Granted, she should have had like 10 times more feats and plot relevance throughout the story, but she got the upgrades of Doom in the final arc, so we good. One thing I love about My Hero Academia's power system is that damn near everybody has natural drawbacks to their powers that have to be worked through over time. Like, Uravity has the crazy power of gravity manipulation, but she also gets almighty nauseous when she overuses it. Hey, she has made some crazy objects float throughout this series though. Imagine being a villain and having to battle a motherfucker who can drop a whole ship on you. I'm gone, bruh. I'm good, dog. Leave me alone. Her quirk is called Zero Gravity, so I kind of doubt she can make things heavier than normal aside from just returning them to normal gravity. But in this series, we see motherfuckers literally evolve their quirks into way more busted versions, so who knows what she's capable of in the next decade. And in season 7, we seen her elevate and awaken her quirk to the point where she don't even need to touch things to make them float anymore. That's kind of fire. Also, side note, I'm pretty sure earlier I said Uraraka had the ability to like make things heavier too, like when she pressed her fingertips together. That's definitely not true. I think she just returns them to their regular weight, which I guess can appear heavier, like if you're dropping it from a higher, but it's not actually heavier, like it's just the, you feel me, science. Another gravity goat though is of course the blind Zatoichi inspired Admiral of the Marines, Fujitora himself. This man ate the press fruit, aka the Zushi no Mi, which is basically Uraraka's quirk, but with the ability to make things heavier on top of just weightless. This man's feats are kinda insane, not gonna lie. This man can just make random craters in the ground at will, pull apart large chunks of a city to make a big old gravity ball of debris. And wait a second, this man think he might have Uchiha dropping a whole ass meteor on the battlefield. Who is he feeling like? Granted, this happened in Stampede, which is literally fan service, the movie, so take that with a little grain of salt, but like, look, that was still crazy. As much as I wish we had the power of gravity IRL, I do have something else that can make us feel just as weightless. Peep game. Manta Sleep makes some of the most advanced sleep masks I've ever bore witness to, with a variety of options, all of which are super comfortable with the most cushioned eye cups in the known universe. This will make falling asleep such a pleasant experience. Manta Sleep actually sent me their silk sleep mask, and I gotta say, it's fantastic. Now, I have type 4 hair, so I'm very cautious about what I put on my head, especially when it's time for bed, but rest assured, their silk mask is that real, 100% pure, dirty momme silk, dog. It's beautiful, and the purple is clean too. I don't know how close or far apart your eyes are, but worry not, because the eye cups are of course adjustable as well. The masks are super breathable and flexible too, so it really is perfect for all types of head shapes and sizes. These masks also give you complete blackout, so there's no more being woken up by random bursts of sunlight or your phone tweaking out. These sleep masks really are perfect for all my nappers and all my real sleepers. So go check them out in the description with my affiliate link, or use code HelloNexus at checkout for a little something, you feel me? And thank you to the homies at Manta Sleep for sponsoring this video. Now, the first character I think I ever seen with gravity powers was the real GOAT, Cat from Gravity Rush. If you remember Gravity Rush, you are a real GOAT. You know ball. Cat can make herself weightless and fly with gravity, but also super heavy and sink to the ground. What I think is really excellent about her gravity is how everything within like a 10 to 20 feet radius of her also starts floating too when she activates her abilities. It's just those little tiny attention to details that's just so cool to me, bro. And I don't know if I'm remembering this right or I'm literally just making this up out of the recesses of my brain, but I'm pretty sure like in combat she can actually use those little debris around her to like they fly with her at enemies too, which is so cool. On some like, here's some accidental weapons I have with me to attack you. That's fire. I might have made that up though. I don't really remember like that though. TBH. Flying around the setting of the game is genuinely so amazing because you really do feel weightless and it just feels mad fun. She can fly around town, slide around town, and hit the sonic neutral be a doom on enemies. Her powers are literally perfect for traversal and combat. My tummy's aching. The camera movement gets way more dynamic when her powers activate, and it's just such a beautiful cherry on top that adds to the immersion of the game. This is actually the coolest display of gravity I've ever seen being used on oneself. The way her veins illuminate and make her skin glow red is so cool looking. There's like blue accents in her glow too, especially in her eyes. There's so much visual attention to detail here. It genuinely makes me sad that my main experience with this game was a demo on the Vita and not even the full game, bro. But look, I was spamming it over and over and over again, bro. I could not get enough. I still want to play that sequel too. And when they added her in PlayStation All-Stars, bro, I was lit. Bro, PlayStation All-Stars low-key need a sequel, bro. For shits and giggles, just run it back, bro. PlayStation All-Stars 2, bro. Yeah. She also got a little animated OVA that Sony dropped on YouTube, which looks cool as hell. The fit is kind of clean too, not gonna lie. The black and gold combo is some vibes. Unless this is like gray, I don't really know. Dark gray, black, same difference. Putting red eyes on characters is always gonna be so damn cool to me. This one might be an even deeper cut than Gravity Rush, but tell me you remember Zatch Bell! This was one of the first anime I was ever exposed to as a kid, to the point where my Club Penguin name at the age of like 6 was Zatch8380. Hey, the real question is, why do I still remember that? The deuteragonists in this series were a pair called Sherry and Brago. Shout out Sherry, but Brago is a gravity demon. Literally, actually. I can't really explain the plot of this series to you because I don't remember most of it, but I know there's little demon guys called Momotos and they get human companions that they fight alongside with spell books in this battle royale type beat on some Pokemon trainer timing. Brago has gravity based spells, and from my memory, these two were like some of the most cracked characters in the whole damn series. They had this man spitting out black holes and gravity beams that can weigh down an entire forest. It was almighty busted. Brago and Sherry really stood on start to finish. Hey, he kind of clean too, bruh. This dude looked like the spawn of Ryuk, bruh. I don't know how tapped in you guys are with the One Piece side of YouTube, but there's this creator called BDA Law or Brago the Ace. I'm knowing where they got a name from. I'm peeping game. You know ball. Hey, you know ball. Shout out BDA Law, bruh. That's a GOAT in the community. There's a Marvel villain called Graviton who also has the abilities of gravity, but I kind of don't remember that much about him. Earth's Mightiest Heroes is actually the only place I've seen him, but he was a dog in that show. He damn near put Nick Fury in a pack by squishing him, and he low-key had Thor struggling too. It actually took most of the Avengers to take him down, which truly shows how far gravity manipulation can go. And because it's based on comics, you know these writers are gonna take them to the absolute peak of overpoweredness. Always bet on comic book characters to push the absolute boundaries of how busted somebody can be, for better or worse. The last gravity user I can think of comes from a series I actually haven't read, but from what I've heard, is truly some heat. Radiant Black. First of all, fire ass name. Second of all, fire ass design. Oh my goodness, this is kind of flames. I don't know about all of his abilities, but I have seen him do some crazy ass things with gravity, like hurling 18-wheelers at people or holding a whole ass skyscraper from falling. I do really want to check this series out though. Shout out Image Comics, bruh. I feel like I know exactly where to start and I won't have to worry about which run is the best or how to get into it in the first place. It's simple and accessible. But yeah, gravity powers in fiction are kind of legendary. I was heavily debating whether or not I should bring up the Force with Star Wars, but I don't know. The way they describe the Force in that franchise is like it's a thing that's all around us that some people can manipulate, which I guess could apply to gravity too. Damn. I could have talked about the Force, bro. But also, nah, because there's a whole other spiritual side to it that turns niggas into ghosts and lets motherfuckers communicate across space and time. So, maybe not. I actually do really like Star Wars, though. And I'm low-key surprised I have yet to make an actual Star Wars video. Like, look. I'm a Star Wars fan. I just don't really know what kind of Star Wars video I would make. But also, now that I'm actually thinking about it, I can make a couple Star Wars videos, I ain't gonna lie, but we gonna see. I just wanna see more Gravity characters in fiction though, please. This ability is just so fire to watch and play. Fingers super crossed that we get a Gravity Rush 3, please, bro. Get your summoning circles out, bro. We gotta make this happen. Also, we just hit 5K subscribers, bro. Ask me who I'm feeling like. Bounty increase, bro. We just got another bounty increase, bro. There's 5,000 raincoats. That's crazy. I've literally been working on like a little music video type vlog for the second channel for hitting 3K. That's supposed to drop in December. Look, gratitude is a must, bro. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, shout out Gravity Manipulation and shout out you.
I can't feel my face right now. I'm burning up. I got this feeling that I won't come down. Like, got this feeling that I won't come down. Like, got this feeling that I won't come down.